I'm going to be honest with you. I'm already bored of Marathon. I don't know why people are so hyped for it. I see people who enjoy Destiny thinking that it's going to be bigger than Destiny. It's going to be something like Destiny 3 maybe. Well, that's probably just wishful thinking. Bungie isn't what it used to be. Although a lot of people think very fondly about Bungie, making Halo, making Destiny. But Bungie from today is not the same Bungie of 10 years, 15 or 20 years ago. It's just a name. And the people who made these great games are no longer there. And expecting Bungie to do the same quality work as Halo or Destiny maybe is very unrealistic. Launching a game that costs around $40 with 6 heroes and 4 maps in this economy is nonsense. Nobody's going to buy it. I see a lot of people complain that it should be free to play, but people won't play it even if it's free to play. I give it that. The art style looks interesting. The trailers look awesome. I would happily watch a Netflix TV series based on in this universe. But this universe isn't transported into the gameplay. Yeah, it has some nice assets, some nice places, usually indoor areas. Outside is just another generic, boring game. I know that a lot of people say that having a $40 price tag will be actually good for the game, because cheaters won't be so prevalent. Well, the problem with this thinking is that cheaters will be a problem, because it's a semi-hardcore extraction shooter where the stakes are high. And where the stakes are high, people will try to cheat it as much as they can. I saw the Wiggle that killed Tarkov video. I noticed that shit. The second I watched that video, the next day I started noticing shit. Plus, even if it costs $40, people will buy Steam accounts. I know that this is a problem with Hunt Showdown, for example. I don't know, it costs maybe $30, $40, maybe $20. I have no idea. I bought it a long time ago. But nonetheless, there are still plenty of cheaters there. And they get their accounts for maybe $2 to $3. That's nothing. This is the same case for Tarkov. They're not selling keys. These cheaters are not buying keys. They're buying accounts that have been hacked. And this is going to happen with Marathon as well. Now I know that people say that the lack of content is not a problem because this is just an alpha build and they will surely add more content to it. Well, from my personal experience, the last time I fell for this bullshit that it's alpha or early access was maybe 2019 to 2020 when I played Battlefield 1. I played the alpha, wasn't interested, was bored after 2 hours and was thinking to myself, well, maybe if they add more content, it would be nice. Maybe at the full launch, it would be a good game. But it turns out the alpha was the fucking game. This will also happen to Marathon as well, because they are not going to add more content. They're gonna pump as much money in marketing as possible and focus on their main selling points. 6 heroes, 4 maps. A lot of people also say that Bungie has a high mountain to climb to get people's trust to buy the game. But the truth is that Bungie has to come out of the hole they dig themselves in, because Bungie's reputation is in the shitter. Bungie too, as soon as the ball started rolling, they started monetizing the shit out of it. Honestly speaking, I never played Destiny 1 or Destiny 2, but I watched countless hours and about essays about Destiny. And what seemed interesting to me was that they were doing always the same thing. Launch a half-baked game with as minimal content as possible, then add more content in the form of DLC or make a cash shop. This happened with Destiny 1 and with Destiny 2 as well. What I often do in life is look at the best case scenario and the worst case scenario. This is the same way I look at games that look mildly promising. Not to me, because I haven't seen a game that piques my interest, I don't know, in a lot of years, maybe 10 years. Last time it was Battlefield 4 probably. So what would be the worst case scenario for Marathon? Well, the worst case scenario is that nobody is going to play it. It's going to go the way of the Concord. People already think that this Concord 2.0, in the best case scenario, is going to blow up, and Bungie is going to monetize the living shit out of it, which will eventually kill the game. Maybe in a year, maybe in 2, maybe in 3 or 4 years, but it will eventually die. And then the cycle repeats. They're gonna get a new game, make the same bullshit, bare bones games with a cash shop. And that's it. What I really hate about the modern gaming is that it's not immersive. I don't go into game and feel immersed. I go into a game and I'm constantly blasted with ads in the game. Buy this, buy that, buy this, you're missing out on this. I'm not interested, just let me play the fucking game. And if the gameplay sucks, that's even worse. As I mentioned before, the universe of the game looks interesting, but there's a massive disconnect between the gameplay and the trailers. What I wish they would do is to make maybe maps indoors, like in a giant spaceship, and add some mystery, some intrigue, something interesting. Because currently I see that you only loot players, you get some money which is automatically sold off, and you buy better gear. Yeah, that was fun 5 years ago. You had to add something interesting to it. The only thing that actually sticks out in this game is the visuals. Those cell shaded, whatever the fuck it's called. It looks interesting. I don't know if it's ugly or it's so ugly that it looks good. But they do look interesting, even the guns. Although some of the guns do look like they are made for Playmobil or Lego. But art style isn't enough to carry a game. This is not some visual novel or something similar. This is an extraction shooter. And you have to set yourself apart from other games. Or else, why would people buy it? There are so many free-to-play games that do look good, are interesting and fun to play. Plus, they have more content. Even if the free-to-play games launched maybe 2-3 years ago without any content, guess what? 2-3 years passed already and there is at least some content now. I think we all know why there's some interesting visual style added to the game. To sell skins. But if you want to sell skins and you want to maximize the profit that you're making, why not make the game third person? Honestly speaking, why not make it? You're gonna probably double the sales of all your skins. Because people can actually see what they're buying. I played Overwatch 2 a couple of days ago after 1, maybe 2 years of absence. And I played, there's some kind of new mode, arena, I don't know, stadium or whatever the fuck is called. And honestly speaking, the first time I saw my character in third person, it was interesting. Not really playable, but it was interesting. It was something new. I played for like a couple of hours and I got bored and deleted Overwatch. I will probably see it or play it in 2027, when they will fully revert back to Overwatch 1. I don't know who is working at the marketing department for Bungie, because clearly their audience target is simply everybody on the planet. But you can't make a game for everybody. First of all, you're already a niche extraction shooter, which is a niche in the shooter niche. So you're niching down to a smaller and a smaller audience, yet you make the gameplay to be appealing to everybody. I don't know. It just seems off to me. There's clearly a big disconnect between the people who make the game and the marketing department. So this in turn will make it feel like a very, very generic shooter or extraction looter, whatever. Generic and bland. Plus without content, because, 6 heroes, 4 maps. Wow, that's amazing. I'm sure people will be flocking to buy this game for $40 in this economy. Overall, my point is that there are other better games than Marathon. Some of them are free to play, and others you have already bought like 2-3 years ago. So you have probably already invested a lot of time in them. You're not going to dish out $40 for a bare bones game with a fully functioning cash shop. Why the fuck would you do that?